Muller, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I worked with Tanessa recently on my sleep quality, and I want to tell you about it. So yes, I'm an entrepreneur, but I also have a regular full-time job, and I'm also a mom of 2 young kids. So I'm quite busy. And I noticed that when I'm not sleeping well, it's really hard for me to keep all those balls in the air that I need to. And I constantly have this to-do list like running through my head. Like I'm always having tasks that just click, 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 like are just always on my mind. And I didn't realize how much that was actually affecting my ability to sleep. So I knew that I would wake up every now and then and, be thinking and have to kind of put myself back to bed. But there was definitely some things that Tanessa helped me realize that I could do to help not only with that thinking that woke me up, but there were other physical things as well that I didn't realize. So one of the things was actually heat. We did some experiments, and it turned out that this nice cozy warming blanket, I live in Michigan, right? You can see the snow behind me. So I like to be like cozy warm when I go to bed, but that actually was negatively impacting my sleep quality. So that was kind of a surprise to me, but that was a really good learning. The other thing was I was trying to cram essentially right before bed other things that I wanted to listen to for my business, right? I'm always trying to get ideas for content or different ways to teach things. And I'm like, oh, well, I've got some time before I go to bed. Let's just listen to a podcast. But what I realized and what Tanessa helped me realize was that that was still an input into my brain. That really wasn't helping myself wind down. It was kind of ramping my brain back up. So she helped me put in place a plan to kind of get those things done at a different part of the day, so I could still feel like I was still listening to my podcast and learning the things I wanted to, but then also allowing myself to really ramp down at bedtime. So that meant also, finding non-input things to put into my brain, and also kind of adjusting. I tried out the Kindle, reading, and she helped me kind of make all those adjustments so that the light wasn't negatively impacting my sleep quality as well. So those are just, a couple of things that I learned during our work together. The other kind of interesting one was that I didn't realize how much my cycle, right, my menstrual cycle was impacting kind of the variability in my sleep as well. So I learned a lot about kind of those different phases and what typically happens, how that typically affects your sleep. So it allowed me to kind of not get so down on myself when my sleep would be interrupted, because I could see where I was in the cycle and be like, okay, well, that's kind of expected and there's really not a whole lot I can do about it. So I thought that was helpful as well. But in general, Tanessa lets you drive the ship, right? She gives you an honest assessment of what's going on and what she sees, and then makes some suggestions, but ultimately lets you decide what you're going to try or not. So I found that very empowering. And I just learned so much that I'm just going to keep building on and doing to just feel so energized every single day, because I've got a lot to do and I want to do a lot. And sleep is just so critical to making sure that I can do all the things and be there for all the people that I want to be there for. I just want to say thank you, Tanessa. It was really, really great working with you.